Hi, I'm Jonathan Johnson. I'm one of the American Law Stars here with my colleague, Gus Garay, and we're going to be talking today about legal issues that have arisen as a result of the coronavirus problem and what looks like a pending worldwide pandemic. Certainly, we're hopeful that this does not occur, but if it does occur, it's going to raise a host of legal questions, and those are the things that Gus and I will be discussing in this video clip here today.
Yeah, one of my first thoughts was when my child was supposed to go to Italy with her orchestra to perform, and of course it was all canceled. You know, the flights are canceled, everything is canceled, and I started thinking there must be tons of businesses that must be suffering here and there, contracts that are getting unfulfilled.
Sometimes these businesses have what's known as business interruption insurance, which may cover certain types of claims. And so I suspect that most of these businesses that are having these massive losses of business will make claims on their insurance carrier. And I suspect there'll be a lot of litigation about whether or not the insurance policy has to cover those types of claims.
I imagine so. And I imagine, you know, for the people that are on these cruise ships and airplanes, that sort of thing, I bet there's some personal liability in those areas as well.
You know, cruise lines and air carriers are what are called common carriers, and they have the highest duty of care towards fare-paying passengers. So a passenger who is on a cruise ship or on a cruise line and contracts the coronavirus and subsequently becomes ill or passes away, if they pass away, their family would have the claim, but they would have a claim for negligence against the common carrier for not sanitizing the cruise line or the airplane in a proper way, and also for negligently allowing an infected passenger to board the aircraft, especially now that it's so well known that this virus is circulating.
Well, that's exactly right. The virus itself seems to spread very easily. It's airborne or you know, stays on surfaces for a very long time.
You know, you're seeing any place where people congregate becomes a source of risk, because one person with the virus in a crowded area can infect many, many people at one time. So obviously there's public safety measures that the government needs to be taking to get the word out, to you know, wash your hands, of course, and avoid crowded places. And you certainly want to stay off enclosed things like airplanes, where one passenger on an airplane or one passenger on a cruise ship can contaminate the entire population of other passengers.
Right. What would you say to people who say that there's, you know, sort of a hysteria about the coronavirus and the spread of it and the risk of getting it? You know, is it overblown? Is it overhyped?
So it's obviously at this point anyone's guess as to where this virus ends up going and how much damage it causes. But the economic damage caused by fear of the virus is likely to be far worse than any damage the virus itself will cause.
I imagine so. You know, and I imagine we'll continue doing updates as we go forward.